Okay, so in this video I'm going to share with you guys some of the tips that I use for my own hair. I only use drugstore products for my hair. I don't really have anything too expensive on my routine. So I will share my products with you, and I'll also tell you some of the tips that I use to keep my hair looking healthy even though I use drugstore products. So let's go on with that. Okay, so I'm broke. I am constantly on a budget. I cannot remember a time in my life when I wasn't on a budget. So I've always used drugstore products. Even some of the products that I use, I only buy them when they're on sale. And I still manage to have long hair for most of my life. So I've had my hair long for like 9 years now. So before anything else, I want to say that every hair type and every hair length is beautiful. I have naturally straight hair, but none of the products that I use are specifically for straight hair. So as you probably already know, drugstore shampoos tend to dry out your hair a lot. So before anything else, it's important to find a shampoo that is the exception to the rule, and for me that's Herbal essences. I don't know what it's like where you live, but over here they changed the ingredients, so now it's mostly made out of natural products and it's also cruelty free. So that's great. I love cruelty free products, but the only difference that I see before and after they changed it is literally just the bottle and the price. So now it's around $10, I think, and that's a little bit more than I'm willing to pay for a hair product. That's how cheap I am. So I only buy Herbal essences, both the conditioner and the shampoo, when they're on sale. So when it's not on sale, I go for Garnier whole blends, which is a perfect alternative. It's half the price and the results are basically the same. It doesn't dry out my hair, it keeps it hydrated and shiny, and I really have no complaints. Works like a charm. So the next thing that I always have in my bathroom, and it's definitely worth your money, is a Pantene hair mask. I love any Pantene hair conditioning products. They always make a huge difference on my hair when I use them. Actually, this one is the best hair mask ever. I will link it in the description for you. I can never get enough of this. Actually, it's already over, so yeah. Like really, Pantene hair masks and conditioners are the best products on the market if you're on a budget. The last thing that I recommend that you buy is a heat protectant. So the heat protectant that I buy is by Garnier whole blends once again. It's pretty cheap and it works well. Even when I'm not using heat on my hair, I always use it because it's a good detangler, and I find that using one really helps in the overall health of my hair. So shampoo, conditioner, a hair mask, and the detangler / heat protectant is all that you need, and that's all that I use. There's nothing else that I use on my hair. You're probably wondering, wow, you don't use any serums on your hair. I don't actively look for serums to buy anymore, because the first time I tried them I realized that they don't really have a real impact on your hair. They don't penetrate the hair shaft, so there's no way they can give any results that are long-lasting. So anything they do is temporary. They do make your hair look pretty, so if you're looking for some extra shine, I do recommend that you buy one. I can recommend some for you if you like. The best serums that I've tried are by Avon. I will link them in the description. But don't think that they will fix your hair, because they won't. If you have damaged hair, the serum will only make it look better, make it look like it's fixed, but it isn't fixed. So keep that in mind before you spend your money on them. Hair masks as well, they keep your hair nourished and make it look healthier, but they don't really have a permanent effect. So that's why I don't really spend that much money on hair products, because, well, it's not worth it. If you want healthy hair, that comes from having good habits and a good diet and being healthy yourself. So now I want to share some hair tips that I use. I do believe that these tips play a major role in my hair's condition, so I hope that they'll be helpful for you as well. So the first tip is only shampoo your roots. So when I get in the shower, I put on my shampoo. I only wash the hair on my scalp. I don't wash my ends. So the only time that the shampoo comes in contact with my ends is when I rinse it off. And that's very brief, so I try to remove as little oil as possible. Second tip, I leave the conditioner on for as long as possible. So after the shampoo, I apply the conditioner and then I do whatever else I have to do. I wash my body, I shave my legs, I brush my teeth, I pee, I have whatever I have to do. And the last thing that I do when I hop out of the shower is rinse off the conditioner. Which leads me to the next tip, which is rinse your hair with cold water. Okay, so this is not something that I do. I don't rinse my hair with cold water because from the beginning of the shower I'm already using lukewarm water. So lukewarm water is enough for me. I don't find that using cold water at the end will make a huge difference, so I believe that if you use lukewarm water it will be enough for you as well. Do not use hot water. That is extremely damaging. It does really have a huge impact on your hair. I'm not joking, like I used to shower with really hot water in high school, and although my hair didn't look unhealthy, it also didn't look shiny at all. It was just long hair. It wasn't really stunning or anything, so stay away from using hot water. It's really not a good look. Next tip. If you have problems with frizziness on your hair, use a cotton t-shirt to wrap it after you shower. If you don't have problems with frizziness, then a normal towel will not kill you. I've been using a normal towel ever since I was born. I don't find that it makes my hair frizzy or damaged in any way. Of course, I don't rub it, so you can use a normal towel, but just to soak it. Don't rub it with a towel. That will damage it for sure. Next tip, eat spinach. I know this is all specific, but if you've ever searched food for long hair, food for fast hair growth, spinach will most likely be on that list. Spinach is considered a superfood, so I've been eating it a lot for a while now and I do see a huge difference. My hair grows out faster and stronger, and also my nails just don't really break that much anymore. Next tip, if you're really going to use heat on your hair, make sure that you buy a blow dryer with more than one heat setting. So this is my hair dryer, is by Babyliss. I can link it in the description if you want, but I don't really find that it's very important which kind of blow dryer you use. Just make sure it has more than one setting. So this one has 3, including the cold setting. That's the same principle as in with cold water. So you use it at the end to close the hair cuticle, and make sure to use the nozzle when you dry your hair. That makes the air focus on a smaller area, so it dries your hair faster. So the last tip that I want to give you is something that I've heard once in a YouTube video years ago. Keep in mind that if something hurts you, then it hurts your hair as well. So if your blow dryer is burning your skin, then it's most likely burning your hair as well. If a hair tie is hurting your skin, then it hurts your hair as well, and so on and so forth. So keep that in mind whenever you do something to your hair, that you're hurting it, and if you absolutely must do it, make sure to do it as little as possible or as fast as possible to minimize any damage to your hair. So now I want to give you some tips for when you go to bed, what you should do with your hair and what you shouldn't do. So I don't have a lot of tips for this part. What I do is I use a silk pillowcase. So it doesn't have to be real silk, it can be a satin pillowcase. What matters is that the surface is polished and soft, so it will minimize the friction on your hair and so it will not get as tangled. as if you use a normal cotton pillowcase. It really does make a difference, so make sure to try that out and see for yourself. Make sure to brush your hair thoroughly at night before you go to bed, so you can help distribute the oils from the scalp to the ends of your hair. So it'll be shinier in the morning and it'll keep your ends naturally hydrated. Your hair will take a while to adjust after you shower and get back all the oils that it needs. So make sure to help it by brushing it and not showering every day. If you want, also, it definitely helps to make a protective hairstyle for bed, so braid it or something. It's not something that I do because I'm honestly too lazy for that, but it obviously will make a difference for you. So now DIYs. What DIYs do I do? I only do one. I've tried several, but if something doesn't really bear results within the first 2 or 3 times that I use it, I will not do it again. I'm a very impatient person. So the only thing that I put on my hair that's not an actual product from the drugstore is olive oil. I do an olive oil hair mask when I feel that my hair is a little bit on the drier side. I just mix 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 1 egg yolk, and that's basically it. I just mix it well together, and then I section my hair and apply it to the scalp and massage it in. And after that I just let it sit for about 2 hours and just chill for a moment. And that's the only hair mask that I do. I find that olive oil is extremely helpful. Like a little over a year ago, almost 2 years ago, I had a problem with anxiety. So I had extreme hair loss to the point where I would panic and start crying when I saw all the hair on my bathroom. It was really dramatic, so I don't really like thinking about that, but I was so desperate that I searched online, because what else can one do when you're desperate? You just ask Google for help. And Google told me that olive oil is supposed to help with hair loss. So I tried it out because everyone has olive oil at home, I think. And I put it on my scalp. I let it sit for a while, not very long, and for like 15 minutes or so, and I showered. My hair was still falling, but well, it's not a miracle worker, of course. The next day it just stopped falling completely. I was so stunned. Even nowadays when I have problems with hair loss, I just go in with olive oil and I don't really worry about it that much, because olive oil always saves me. It saved my hair. So if you have a problem with hair loss, I do recommend that you try that. It's really a miracle for me. If I find a picture, I will show it here or here. I think there's a difference, or at least I'm hoping there is a difference. So my hair stopped falling and I still trust olive oil with my hair. I also tried coconut oil before, but it didn't really work as well as expected, because everyone online is talking about how wonderful it is. Well, not for me. It doesn't really work for my hair. It actually makes it fall a lot, and it makes it really heavy and gross. I don't think my hair likes coconut oil, but if it works for you, then sure, why not?